Hello, my friends. If you're feeling depleted of energy but would still like a good stretch to help alleviate some of those aches and pains in the mind and body, join us for this Hatha flow on the floor. Enjoy. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jamie, and welcome to a slice of my living room in Michigan. And if you've been here before, welcome back, my friends. Today I switched it up. This is going to be a 30-minute slow flow hatha. We're going to roughly do pretty much everything on the floor. So if you at least have a throw blanket in 2 blocks, go ahead and grab those. So we're just going to move really nice and slow. We're going to support our tailbone a little bit more, the bottom, our pelvis. And just as a gentle reminder, if you feel any pain at all at any time, back out of the pose immediately. And we're just gonna chill. Let's start laying down, but let's grab our blanket. I'm gonna throw the blanket in just to give our pelvis or our tailbone a little bit extra support, especially if you're really sore. The hips are the biggest part of our body and they are connected to everything. I think I want to do this. Turn this up a notch. Okay, all right, my friends, let's meet on our backs. Nice and slow, keeping those knees bent up towards the sky as we gently come down to our backs, placing that blanket anywhere where it feels comfortable for you. Even if you'd like a little extra pillow for your head or your neck, go ahead and grab that. I think I'm going to do the same. Just get nice and cozy, just a little extra cushion with that blanket and that pillow. Whew, there we go. All right. And from here, let's just take a moment, placing our knees together, feet out wide in a resting pose. Resting your hands either palms down or palms facing up. Just going to take a moment to check in. We made it to yoga, folks. That's the hardest part. Now we'll just relax. Unclench your jaw. Place your tongue at the bottom of your mouth. Relax your cheeks and the space between your eyebrows. Drop them shoulders down. And just take a moment and notice how your body's feeling today. Not to judge, but just to notice. Option to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. Yogi's choice. Just notice how we're feeling this morning, if it's morning time for you. And from here, we're just going to start from checking in with the neck. Just really nice and gentle, shaking our head nice and slow from side to side. Especially if you're using a pillow, it can feel rather nice. But just really nice and slow, your own pace. Our neck and our shoulders hold lots of tension. And if our shoulders are really tight, the range of motion in our neck will be a little bit less. So just really slowly inhaling one direction, exhaling the other. Once more. And release. And from here, let's just go ahead and stretch our arms up towards the sky. Go ahead, interlace your fingers, palms up towards the sky. Great big inhale. Exhale, extend them up long. You can keep them interlaced or you can unlock them. And then back. And we'll just go back and forth just a few more times here. Interlace those fingers, palms facing up as we're laying down, palms facing up towards the sky. Great big inhale. exhale, just move them up a little bit, just like an overhead stretch, but without our legs. Once more. And release. And from here, just a little added extra, go ahead and lay those arms out extended long. Option for a cactus arms if you'd like. For just a breath or two. If you have the pillow, it might feel a little bit funky. And release, rest those arms. And from here, let's go into wind pose. Go ahead, take those knees up towards the chest. Knees can be together or apart. We really just want to bring them as high as comfortable. Option to rock a little bit from side to side if you'd like, or you can put your hands on your knees and do little circles. And from here, we're going to go into half wind. Go ahead, interlace your fingers, grab whichever knee that you'd like, hold it closer to your body. Exhale, extend that opposite leg down on the ground, nice and slow, gentle flex in the toes. You can really just pay attention to how your hips are feeling here. Option to remain still by holding the knee, or you can drop that knee out to the side a little bit if you'd like. One more. And release. Go ahead, bring both those knees back up to meet in a wind pose. Interlace those fingers, grab that opposite knee, nice and slowly extend that opposite leg down long. And I invite you to repeat to yourself, I am strong and confident in everything I do. I am strong and confident in everything I do. Go ahead and repeat that mantra to yourself as many times as necessary. If it doesn't feel right for you, you can always repeat to yourself, I am safe, or simply today is going to be a good day. Or tonight's going to be a good night. Once more. And release. Go ahead, bring both those knees back up to meet in wind pose. And nice and gently extend the soles of the feet to the sky. Gentle flex for a little gentle legs up the wall. Once your feet are extended up high, option to roll your ankles if you'd like, or point and flex your feet. Just check in. Your body will tell you if you bring your feet up too high or even your knees up too high. One more breath. And from here, we're gently gonna get a groin stretch here. If it feels okay for you, go ahead and drop the feet nice and wide, kind of like a split, or bend at the knees first and drop the knees wide. Really, whichever one feels right for you today. Just allowing gravity to do a little bit of work here. Big breath. And release. You can take your hands and guide those legs back forward or bend at the knees. Option to place your feet on the earth or go ahead and slam them down to create a vibration. And from here, let's check in with the hips a little bit more. We'll just do a figure 4. So go ahead, let's start with the left. Go ahead, place that left leg. Go ahead and gentle flex in the toe and then cross it on top of that right. That foot can be on the muscle or hanging off. And we'll just take a moment for a breath here. If you want a little bit extra, you can always take that left hand to push that left knee out further. Option to remain here, or if you'd like a little bit more, we're going to take that foot that's on the ground and go ahead, inhale that knee up towards our chest. Take our hands and we can grab behind our thigh here. Or you can interlace your fingers and grab underneath the knee. Or you can go ahead and just grab the edge of your pant legs. That leg is either going to dangle or your choice to lift it to the sky. Yogi's choice. Nice big deep breaths here. One more. And release. Go ahead, take those hands, release that thigh, guide that foot back to the earth. Don't unravel yet. We'll just take a breath with our legs crossed like before. An option to remain here, or if you'd like a little bit more, we're going to drop that right knee towards the right side of the ground. Our left foot is coming with it. The foot does not have to meet the ground at all. Just saying good morning to that outer hip here. One more breath. And release. Go ahead, bring that knee back to where it came from. And once it feels safe and comfortable, go ahead, unravel those legs. Extend those legs out long. Extend those arms up overhead. Great big giant good morning stretch here. Just move organically. And release. And before we get to the second side, let's add a wiper here. Go ahead, bending our knees up towards the sky, placing your feet at least hip distance apart here or close to the edge of your mat. Great big inhale through the nose. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhaling back up. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. And just go ahead and flow this out on your own, moving fast or slow. Once more. And release. And from here, let's move back into our figure four. Go ahead, take that right foot, gentle flex in the toes, and cross it on top of that left knee or thigh area. The foot can be hanging on or off the muscle. Option to take your right hand to push that right knee out just a little bit if you'd like a little bit more. And release the hand. And from here, we're going to go in for the the hip stretch part. So with that foot on the ground, we're going to gently take that foot off as we guide that knee towards our chest. Taking your hands, grabbing behind that thigh, making sure there's that gentle flex in the toe. Option to grab behind the thigh or underneath the knee, or even grabbing your pant legs. That leg can either dangle or you can extend it to the sky. Big breath here, big hip opener. And I invite you to list one thing that you're truly grateful for today, whatever it may be. One more breath here. And release. Let those hands go nice and gently. Connect that foot back to the earth. Don't unravel yet. Just taking a moment for a breath in this cross-legged position. And if you'd like a little bit more, we're going to exhale, drop that left knee over towards the left. The right foot's going with it. Ooh. And breathe into this space here. One more breath. And release. Go ahead. Inhale that knee back to where we came from. Uncross when it feels comfortable for you. And just go ahead, curl up in a fetal position on your favorite side, just so we can come back up to seated. Really nice and slow. Option to move your props off to the side. Let's fold up that blanket and we'll meet in a cat-cow position. On all fours here, making sure all of our joints are stacked here. Our knees are in line with our hips. Those shoulders are in line with our wrists. Those fingertips are spread nice and wide. If you feel any sort of pressure on your wrist, always an option to come down to your forearms. But from here, we're just going to drop that belly. Inhale as we drop that belly. Tailbone to the sky. Exhale, round the back here, chin to chest. And just repeat. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, rounding the belly. Or rounding the back. Once more. And release. And from here, from this position, we can go ahead and thread the needle. Option to thread the needle just from this cat-cow. Just go ahead and take whichever arm you'd like to start with and slowly thread it behind that hand that's connected to the earth. And we can go ahead and connect our ear or the cheek to the earth. This position, our glutes are up towards the sky. Or my personal fave, child's pose, thread the needle. Knees together or knees wide. Go ahead and pick whichever arm you'd like to start with. Thread it behind that hand that's to the earth, connecting our face or cheek to the ground. Send nice big breaths to the space here. Option to take that hand that's on the earth and you can go ahead, bend it at the elbow and place it behind your back if you'd like a little extra. One more breath. And release. Go ahead, take that hand if it was behind your back, nice and gently, just kind of dragging that arm a little bit until it feels comfortable, and then just lift it up toward, hover above your mat a little bit. And release. Second side, go ahead, thread that opposite arm behind that hand, resting that cheek or ear to the earth. The palm that's on the ground, always an option to bend at the elbow and place it behind your back. I invite you to repeat to yourself, I am strong and confident in everything I do. I am strong and confident in everything I do. Let's just talk nicely to ourselves just for a couple minutes. Put it out in the universe that we know that we got this. We know what we're doing. We got it. We're strong and confident. One more breath. And release. Nice and gently coming out of the pose. And from here, let's go into a hero's pose, or you can go ahead into a little crisscross applesauce. We're just going to check in with the neck a little bit more. So however you're comfortable seated. And from here, go ahead and take that right hand and hover it just gently above your mat. Great big inhale through the nose. When you're feeling ready, we're going to exhale, take that left ear and move it towards that left shoulder. Just being really mindful as to how far you bend on your neck this morning. Option to remain here, or if you'd like a little bit more, chin to chest action. The chin is just going in the direction of the chest. And release, neck back to neutral, drop your hand. Opposite side, hover that left hand over that mat. Great big inhale through the nose. Exhale, drop that right ear towards that right shoulder when you're feeling ready. Ooh, I can feel that. Option to remain here, or if you'd like a little bit more, chin to chest. One more breath. And release, neck back to neutral and release. From here, let's go into a staff position, seated nice and tall, legs extended out long. Go ahead and give them a good little shake here. And release. And from here, we're just gonna stretch our hamstrings in a seated position. So we're gonna start with our right leg and our left hand. First, go ahead and bend at the knee, bringing that right knee up towards your chest. And if you'd like here, you can either remain here if this feels right for you, or take that left hand, place that left hand on the pinky toe edge of your right foot, and option, if you'd like, to go ahead and extend it long. Always keep a micro bend in that leg or that knee here. If you'd like to revolve a little bit, go ahead, take that right arm, bring it back, gentle twist at that torso. Big breath. And release. You can bend the knee first and then unhook it. Just go ahead and give another good shake there. You can roll those ankles again. And release. And from here, let's take that left leg first, bending at the knee. If this feels right, go ahead and just stay here. You can interlace your fingers and stay right here. If you'd like a little bit more, take that right hand, place those fingers on the outer edge of that foot where the pinky resides. And go ahead, inhale, extend that leg out long, gentle bend in those knees. Soft in the shoulder, no straining. If you'd like a little bit more, take that left arm, revolve it open, gentle twist in the torso. Nice big breath. And release, bending that knee nice and gentle to the earth. And from here, I'm going to go into one last move. Let's do a little bit of a shoulder roll here. Option to place your fingertips on your shoulder caps and just go ahead and inhale those elbows up and back. Nice big breath. I invite you to list one more thing that you're truly grateful for today, whatever it may be. Go ahead and reverse that circle. And release. We're going to go ahead and just do the little teeter-totter here with the one elbow up at a time. Go ahead, pick whichever elbow you'd like to start with. Inhale that guy up towards the sky. We're going to teeter our body a little bit. Checking in with them obliques. Nice and slow. And then go ahead and reverse that circle. One more breath. And release. Go ahead, shake those arms out. And before we get to our final Shavasana, if there's any last little minute pose calling your name, now would be the time. I'm just going to go in for a quick butterfly pose with my feet together and closer towards the groin. You can join the butterfly or pick whichever pose you'd like. Just give your practice that little bit of extra it needs to and release. And from here, option to take that final Shavasana either laying down on the ground, or you can go ahead and take it seated. We just want to allow this next few minutes for our bodies to absorb everything it just did. Option to stick with that meditative breath or let it go, yogi's choice. I am strong and confident in everything I do. Do you need a boost of confidence? When you feel confident, you carry yourself with an entirely different energy. Your motivation levels increase, you become more determined and driven, and your productivity also increases. When you feel confident, you also feel like you have more freedom to take calculated risks, speak your truth, and take a leap of faith. In fact, confidence is one of the main ingredients in the recipe for building a successful life. Along with reciting this mantra, it may help to pay attention to the activities that make you feel confident. Be sure that you spend time doing them. We all have things that we are good at, and focusing on them can naturally build up feelings of confidence. This mantra is also perfect to use when starting a new job, when learning something new, or when you're taking an exam or a test. Know that this time that you take for your self-care will have a positive impact on you mentally, physically, and spiritually. You can go ahead, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring any last little minute movement into the body. And if you happen to be laying down, go ahead and come up into a seated position to seal out our practice together. And from our seated position, go ahead, inhale those arms up, taking all the good energy we just created. Exhale down, leave behind what you no longer need today. And again, inhaling arms up, fingertips to touch. And go ahead and roll your wrist in one direction on the way down. Last time, inhaling arms up. And go ahead and roll your wrist in the opposite direction on the way down. Hands in prayer position in front of the heart space. Give gratitude to yourself first and to your practice. I'd like to thank you for sharing your time, your energy, and your practice with me. Let's take one last cleansing breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Loud, audible exhale, let it out. May you be well, may you be safe, may you be at peace. Namaste.